Hey everyone, welcome back with Ermac, where today we're going to continue our playthrough of Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks.
People of Earthrealm often ask, what purpose does suffering serve? Here it serves a terrible and awful purpose. When someone perishes here, their soul and essence are collected and trapped in a place known as the Soul Tombs. These tombs are a source of Shang Tsung's power. The Black Dragon mercenaries came to rescue their leader, Kano, but were swept up in Shang Tsung's manipulations, just like we were. Master Raiden, Shang Tsung did not have the power to defeat you in Earthrealm, but here he hopes to reverse your victory in Mortal Kombat and take Earthrealm after your defeat.
So Shang Tsung gets stronger every time we enter combat, and even more powerful every time we win? How do we fight that? Do we stop fighting? Stop killing?
No, your journey must move forward, but there is a repository of souls that adds to Shang Tsung's strength. Go and destroy this soul tomb, and Shang Tsung will begin to lose his power.
I love how Raiden just ignores Su Gang and, and that whole spiel he's going on about. Alright, now this wall is a pain in the ass. Once you get past these skulls or whatever, I guess it's not too bad, but I don't know. They're still just kind of annoying, the little obstacles. Oh, man, see, and I feel like you miss half the time with that goddamn punch. Ooh, we got him. We got him. So to start off the video, I would like to say, look at me styling on that. I would like to ask a question to you guys. Honestly, since this is based off of Mortal Kombat 2, which of the stages in Mortal Kombat 2 was your guys' favorites? And by extension, which is your least favorite? Because I'd probably have to say my favorite's either the Deadpool or maybe the Living Forest, but I don't know, I think the Wastelands in the original game, I don't think they had really, that's probably my least favorite just because it's a cool idea, but I feel like they weren't able to get their initial idea out there, you know. Obviously it's just a wasteland full of dead bodies and all this other stuff. I mean, it just kind of looked like purple in the original games. So I don't know, I mean, I think they did a very great job of showcasing the original idea in this game, and then I think they did a very good job of it when they brought it back in Armageddon as well. Speaking of bringing things back, I've always wondered why they never brought Shaolin Monks to modern consoles. I mean, it's weird in a way in which the Mortal Kombat franchise is kind of like Nintendo when you think about it, 'cause like they have all these games, a gold mine of entertainment, and I don't know. It's weird that their whole thing. I mean, I'm not a game developer. I don't work at a game publisher thing or whatever. I don't know how it works, but I feel like bringing your game to, you know, modern consoles, you know, people aren't looking for remasters or remakes of every single game or anything like that. People just want to be able to play the games, and I mean, we're all pretty much perfectly willing to buy them every time. That's where Baraka would be for versus mode, by the way. I forgot that I already got all the secrets in this area, but I mean, like, perfect example would have to be you know, these games: Mortal Kombat, Shaolin Monks, Armageddon, Deception, Deadly Alliance, the originals, you know, MK 1 through 4. People just want to be able to play them on modern consoles, and I don't care what you say. I mean, there's no way that it had to be that expensive, you know. I mean, I get like sports games, you know, obviously there's licensing involved and stuff like that. Why we can't have like old WWE games and stuff, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, they're literally just sitting on money when not releasing these games, whether it's by themselves or in like a, you know, PS2 bundle or a Mortal Kombat 1 through 3 bundle. I know they were gonna. I think they were planning on maybe doing the HD remaster of the first 3 games. but they just never came to fruition for whatever reason, which is odd. I mean, I think that'd be a pretty great thing, but it's just so weird to me. I mean, once again, I mean, literally all you have to do is just put them up for sale in the PlayStation Store or the Microsoft Store. You come across and it's like, oh, hey, Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks for, you know, 10, 20 bucks. I love to play that game. Time to play it again, I guess. I got a couple bucks in my PlayStation Store still in my account. Let me kill some, you know, time with this. But, alas, it's not meant to be at this time. Which I feel like if it was up to like someone like Ed Boon, you know, the main creator of Mortal Kombat at this point since Tobias left, I'm sure he would, you know, be all for that stuff. I think that him being under, you know, WB and NetherRealm Studios and stuff like that, I'm sure it sounds like a lot of stuff isn't his call. And I used to freaking worship that Ed Boon when I was a kid, because Mortal Kombat used to be like the franchise. It was my franchise as a kid, like no questions. See, this is a cool recreation of the Combat Tomb Arena. But yeah, then it kind of just became a thing of you know, MK 2011 was fantastic. It felt like not just a reboot, but just a love letter to Mortal Kombat in general. And then yeah, just the modern games aren't my thing. And you know, if he thinks that's the best, you know, route of the story, once again, there's way more popular. Don't worry, I'm not gonna go on a rant about my thoughts on the story at this point anymore. You know, I think I've spoken on it. I could probably have more to say about it, but you know, maybe that's for another series or another episode or something like that, because I do feel like I sometimes rip on things that people like too much. Well, even if they do like it or not, I like to rip on things. But the thing with that Boon is I feel like we probably would have, you know, if he was the one making the decisions, or if it was still Midway, I'm sure that they would still have, you know, Mortal Kombat, these games on like modern consoles and stuff like that. I'm sure they have more secret space stuff. I'm sure the games would turn out, you know, just more better designed in that sense. But you know, unfortunately, the downfall of Midway, and then we got NetherRealm Studios, and they ain't perfect, but I mean, for the most part, until MK1 that came out recently, you know, that actually has a lot of issues. I mean, I've always liked Mortal Kombat as a casual fan. I think that's kind of what it's always excelled at. I think when it tried to change things and go into the modern, you know, the competitive scene and stuff like that, I think that's kind of when it got a little worse, like, you know, variations and stuff like that. You know, I mean, I think the majority of MK fans don't really care about that stuff. But, I mean, unfortunately now they have MK1 and it was clearly rushed and missing features, and it seems from game to game we're getting less and less characters as the base roster and stuff like that. But that said, I mean, I actually still, as much as I've been shitting on modern MK, there is still a lot that I do like about MK11. I think the Towers of Time were pretty awesome, so I'll say some good stuff about it. The Towers of Time were awesome. I think the DLC guest characters were pretty awesome. Even MK1, I mean, I think it was cool that they did bring back the 3D era characters that people were finally waiting for, because I think something that MK 2011 did great, that really, I think, showed a lot of promise for a lot of people that they didn't seem to capitalize on for the longest time, was, I think, you know, back in the day everybody hated Striker, and there's still a lot of people that say he's like the worst concept for a character and this or that. But I think MK 2011, at least, especially for me, I think it changed a lot of people's perceptions about Striker and how lame he is. And, you know, I think the idea of the character is still pretty goofy, but I think he's awesome. He's one of my favorite characters, number 2 of my favorite characters in MK 2011. And I think a lot of people saw that, like the potential for like those characters and how they can make someone like Striker, who was probably consistently considered to be like the worst MK character behind Suhao, and seeing that they could, you know, what they did with that character to make him actually likable and all that other stuff. I mean, I think a lot of people were waiting for that for the 3D era characters that maybe weren't necessarily bad concepts, but just didn't have much to them. You know, like Lee May was just not very interesting, but I don't think she was necessarily bad. But, you know, you ask a lot of fans of Mortal Kombat that aren't big fans of the 3D era. I mean, it's clear to say that, you know, all 3D era bad, only Kenshi good, characters sucked, all this or that, but I think we were waiting for that kind of treatment. Havoc to come back, of course, too. He was pretty great. I don't know, I was a little disappointed that he just kind of had like a little bit of a messed up face instead of the Chaos Realm, but especially since him and Dairu, who were once completely different characters, are just the same guy now for whatever reason. Like, I don't know, that's just... I feel like Havoc was one of the characters that didn't really... He needed to be expanded upon, but I don't really think he needed to change in that way. Did anybody else see that bloody skeleton just in the background looking at me with the fatality? That was funny. But yeah, obviously, I mean, characters aside, I mean, that game obviously has a lot of other issues in which people aren't playing it and stuff like that. Which is, you know, it's sad, even though, I mean, as much as I'm complaining about it, I still want Mortal Kombat to be successful, you know, because even like other stuff like, you know, merchandise such as toys and stuff like that, or movies and stuff like that, like, I mean, I was not a big fan of the Mortal Kombat movie that came out recently. I couldn't, I think the original one was way better. MK Annihilation, okay, sure. I can definitely understand why people hated that one. But, I mean, I actually liked it more than the newest one. But that said, you know, I still like the franchises that I like and love and stuff like that. I don't want them to die just because I don't like them or anything like that. Oh, he's moonwalking! He's moonwalking! I don't know why that is. I think he's trying to come to me because of the force ball or whatever, but... Man, there's a lot of weird stuff that happens when you play as Reptile. I actually also uploaded a short earlier. This is not my first time going through this, unfortunately. Check out a short where I prematurely kill Baraka on the channel. It should be up by now. Oh boy. The Hell Beast. I don't know how you pronounce it. It's the Orochi or Orachi or whatever, Hell Beast, something like that. But we gotta get rid of these Tarkatans because they'll heal him. Because he can just eat them. But I always thought this guy was pretty cool. Him and the Oni Warlord are pretty cool. But I think I like this guy a lot better. Kind of like right there, he just kind of ate that guy. Well, he didn't kind of, he definitely for sure ate him. But yeah, I know a lot of people liked... It's interesting because I like Mortal Kombat for different reasons. I always loved the war and stuff like that. The characters. But a lot of people, they just kind of like, oh, well, fatalities, stuff like that. And, you know, to each their own. But it's just interesting that, like, a movie, I think, could have a pretty blatantly weird main character and a weird story with unnecessary explanations, but just the fact that, you know, Kano gets like a garden gnome in his eye, it's just, well, it's better than, you know, the actual story of MK with some liberties. Which the first one definitely took some liberties, but I mean, that movie was so great. It even shaped future characters like Kano with the accent, being Australian and stuff like that. But which one do you like better if you've seen them? I know some people also like the Kenshi Snowblind, the Defenders of the Realm, Scorpion's Revenge. Scorpion's Revenge is probably my favorite out of those movies, to be honest. Although I feel like as of late they've kind of always made guys like Baraka and Reptile look like chumps. So I don't know. I guess at the end of the day, even though I said I wouldn't, here I am complaining about modern MK. Alright, now we got the second half. We have to do the green side. I always just, when I was a kid, I could have swore it was actually the red side that was like the quicker side, but I don't know. They seem pretty even now. So I guess I was just a dumbass as a kid. Well, I knew I was, actually. Still am a dumbass, actually. Although I'd say this is a pretty good recreation of the combat tomb as well. But I don't know, I love how they found a way to expand on all these areas for the 100th time. Alright, now we have to enter what they call the Combat Craig, I guess. This is kind of something they came up with in this game itself, I believe. I don't know what the hell a Craig is or whatever, but I think it's a pretty cool concept. Although I have to wonder who these guys are that are shooting the rocks. Like, they kind of seem like they're like elder gods or whatever, but I don't know. Just kind of weird to me. Oh jeez. Oh, come on. Just my luck. Now they got the fan room. Reminds me of the Takunin prison from MK4. I guess it's what the Guardians of the Tomb use to cool off or whatever in the heat. Alright, so gonna try and get as many of these guys under there as I can, but of course this jerk had to frickin' block my... Gosh dang it. He had to block my frickin' attempt to throw. Come on. Alright, we got him. Alright, come on, get somebody. And we got just the one. Yep. So much for that. My first time playthrough, I was able to get 2 of them. I feel like the fatality was kind of weird in this game though, because I think the idea is it's supposed to wrap around their head, but it kind of looks like maybe I'm grabbing them through their like throat with their spine, through their like neck or whatever, but I don't know, they still had some issues with that, I guess. I do like how Reptile got 3 fatalities. Him and Johnny Cage have 3 fatalities. Which, I mean, I think Scorpion has 2, Sub-Zero has 3, which, once again, I mean, I think I say it every video, I think the Versus characters would have just, all they had to do was give them some, it wouldn't even be, I wouldn't even really care if it was just, you know, the same Multalities with just different skins or something like that. You know, like Fire Trails, Liu Kang's Multality, you know, you could give that to Reptile and just make it that weird green energy or something like that. That's all you had to do, and that way we could have had all these characters as playable. I mean, they fit so well. But I don't know, I guess I just like to complain about 20-year-old games. What could have been. I'm a complainer. I'm on the internet, deal with it. That was close, I almost just fell off the thing. I would have had to start complaining again. Oh shit. That thing has boobs. Alright, the fatality input image. Woohoo! Alright. Got it. Now we just have to make our way back through the Craig. Gonna ignore those foolish Tarkatans. I think it would have been cool to see some sort of mummies for the stage, but it just seems like they kind of reused characters for this one. Like, obviously we got the putrid corpse which is probably still my favorite name for a enemy in a Mortal Kombat. I don't know what it is, just the fact that it's putrid. It can't be a corpse, that's not enough, it's gotta be a putrid corpse. Same with like the bloody skeleton too. It's just, that one's not as funny though. Arena Arts. Alright, woo! We got him. Arena Arts. Oh jeez, that guy was just cut in half. Alright, well let's get in here and see what's inside. Now we gotta take care of this Tarkatan asteroid. I feel like in this level they're a lot more aggressive. But that might just be because there's more of them. Alright. I think we're finally free to do as we need, please. I have to wonder, are these guys, they still alive? Are they just putrid corpse? Or are we doing them a favor by cutting them in half like this? Oh, this is one of the best cutscenes in the game. One of the funniest. Watch this. Oh, look at those freaking fingernails, man. I get you're old and stuff, but can you at least clip your nails? Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Jeez, he's not even, we're not even trying. He's just having his way with us. He just kicked our asses for, we didn't even try.
Your souls aren't even worthy additions to my power. Kill them.
Must have been those pre-fight jitters, I guess.
We have to destroy the soul tubes.
And of course there's Shadow Priest. We gotta kill these guys fast or else they'll summon other warriors. Oh shit. Ah. Damn it. What? God, I can't. The Shadow Priests are probably the worst enemies in the game. Just because they float so you can't do normal combos without them following all the time. Then you got them summoning enemies all the time when you're just trying to get into the damn portal. They got all those weird attacks. You can't just get a quick, throw to throw them off the area. They're unique, I'll give them that. There's something. We're gonna have to clear the area here. I think my favorite one is probably the Head Eat Fatality. The best Reptile Fatality though is his MK4 Head Eat. That one is as foul as, the youth of today might say. Man, I love that freaking kick. The only thing is I kind of wish it was just like a regular special attack you can have, but I get it. We already have specials. Ooh, finish him off with the kick. You love to see it. Alright, so we should just be good to go back to the main area, and we're going to be able to fight Baraka. I find it odd though, I don't know if it was just unfinished, but there are two other areas in this game. As you can see, there's like blocked off doors here. There's such a thing as smoke missions, and one of the smoke missions is where you're going to have to, come back here after talking to him in the Living Forest. Which maybe I'll show off at some point if you guys are interested. Like I said, I'm a bit of a completionist, but with the smoke missions, you come back here. And one of those gates open, and it leads to like just a new one-off area, I believe. It might have 2 rooms to it, but it's just like a quick thing for smoke missions. But the other door never opened, so I don't know if it was it's just decoration or if it was meant to be like another room at one point or what the deal is. But there's even the thing here where I mean, it's probably just to add lore, but it's kind of weird that it just exists because there's not really anything else like it in the game. In one of the areas, there's just a statue against the wall, and you can interact with it, and it just says, once a guardian of the tomb, the spirit now rests, or whatever. And I mean, yeah, it's cool with the lore, but I mean, it's also kind of like, what is the purpose of that? Oof. Wow. That's gonna leave a mark, guys. But this is the best line in the whole game right here. Let's see how Reptile responds to it.
Are you okay?
Oh my god. Whoever thought of having Liu Kang say that is just a genius. The dumbass lines they come up with in this game, too good. Those swords are pretty cool too, but we don't get to use them really. At least not against regular enemies. Yeah, Baraka's kind of annoying. You kind of just watch her attacks half the time, and there's not real. It's just something you can't even deal with really. Boy, I love going for that slide and then sliding directly underneath them and somehow not hitting them. Man, once again, like as a kid, I mean, it's kind of funny a little bit, I guess, in a morbid way of like, these are just props or whatever. That was a sharp shoot. But, I don't know, as I've gotten older, I do feel bad for these guys. I mean, they were just kind of minding their own business and, you know, the academy and, you know, the Tarkans I think it does a pretty good job of, you know, showing off that these guys are pretty ruthless. Like, I think this game probably did more for Baraka than any game, really. Alright, well, we beat the level, we're all set. So I think all we have to do is just get a whoa! Whoa, jeez, did you guys just see that? Oh man, I thought the whole level was over. Goodness me. This is probably the worst transition of a boss fight in my opinion though. Especially if you're playing as Sub-Zero and Scorpion, because their projectiles suck. Like obviously the freeze and the, you know, get over here are cool and whatnot, but I mean, jeez Louise, guys. I mean, they barely do damage, so it's just a terrible part of the fight for those guys. But thank goodness we're Reptile, we actually have double the projectiles and normal, so we can do a pretty good damage, I think. Although I don't know if like the game, like if was never intended to hit him when he's on that top hill or what, but it's very annoying. Like no moves can hit him from there. And by the way, if you're wondering why I'm using just my acid spit instead of the force ball, well, the first time I tried to do this, I hit him with the force ball when he was in the center, when he was kind of going back and forth, shooting his shots or whatever. And since the force ball brings him forward towards me, of course, he somehow went over the barrier and just fell into the pit and died. But obviously I didn't beat him in the conventional way, so I just soft locked myself. So I had to, and I didn't save, so I had to redo the whole level all over again. So it was not fun. But yeah, you can only hit him with the weapon, but he still blocks the weapon half the time. This whole Baraka fight, I think they just put too many gimmicks in it at once. Like the Reptile one, it's just, alright, beat him to half health, then beat him till he's he's invisible and stuff like that. But then, I mean, with this one, I mean, there's like 5 phases, and they're all very short in a lot of ways, so. But I guess the best way to do it is to just, when his back is turned, but with this one in particular, it's a pain because, I got lucky there, but since it's so slow, he'll just start randomly blocking halfway through your combo and make you drop it, so it can be a real pain in the ass. But I was able to make him drop him like a pro. I don't know why, he just looks like such a dolt with that sword through his head. Let's laugh at him, guys. Look at him and laugh. Which, that said, I mean, I don't know the anatomy of the Tarkata, but pretty impressive he can survive with that through his skull.
I wish Raiden would warn us. If it is not Hellbeast, it is Baraka.
We have done just as you suggested, Master Raiden.
I see.
I think this place is getting to Raiden. Look! Is that me?
Oh man, original MK2 designs.
You have failed to win the Mortal Kombat tournament. Take your place as my servant. I should have won.
This dialogue, man. So crazy.
You're a fool to defy honor. Honor is the very thing I fight for.
That is not you. Remember what Raiden said? They are our ancestors.
Raiden
Yeah, that's not
triumphs and
Reptile.
failures. I wonder what happened.
Man, those are our ancestors, and they're just
I do not know.
tortured, I guess. Forced to live on in eternity.
Wanted us to see.
I hope you are not telling me to trust in what I do not know again.
No.
I know that didn't make any sense. Don't make fun of me for
That
it.
is all.
Yeah, I don't know. This scene was always weird to me. Because, I mean, like, we see it, and obviously it's a premonition of sorts, but I don't know. I think it would have been cool to get more info on those guys, of the ancestors and stuff like that, as well as who they were. I don't know. I mean, obviously the way that Liu Kang says it, and, you know, we're just part of an ancient mystery or whatever, like, what? Also, I think the pacing of this was done kind of poorly. I don't know, I feel like they should have had a way in which, after the Fist of Ruin, there should have been a good reason to come back here. Which, I mean, if you want to come back here earlier, you can, but I don't know, it's just so weird to me, like, that, because, I mean, I think most of us, the reason why the portal's there to begin with is because most people forgot that there was even a thing here, and I don't know, I mean, it's just, I'm literally just about to get an ability just to get another ability, so it's, I think they could have done it a little bit better. Maybe they could have put something else behind here, a little more worthwhile, like just maybe a secret, I think would have been cool. But unfortunately, that is not the case. So it just kind of breaks up the tension a little bit and the pacing of the game, in my opinion. I was pressing R2, but you know, far be it from me to call the game a liar. Alright, well now it's time to get back to ye old Soul Tombs. So we can get this other ability. I also don't know why some of them are on fire and some of them aren't. Maybe it's just a lighting glitch or something. I don't know. Alright, another tournament victory. Let's collect our experience that we don't need, and then we'll be out on our way. But yeah, that's honestly pretty much all there is to this video today, guys. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to check out next week's episode where we're going to play the Wastelands level. It's a very fun level, pretty cool design. We get to mess around with Sub-Zero. But above all else, please remember to have a nice day.